A question I get asked a lot are, what are these? Saps, blackjacks. So what are they made from? A blackjack is a lead head cast to a spring. The blackjack 6 to 9 inches in length and weighing 8 to 16 ounces. The blackjack consists of a flexible main body covered with braided leather, a small head or shot-filled cylindrical butt, and a larger striking head that is also loaded. It's a good definition. There are mainly two different types of sap. The flat sap, which is made with a solid cast bit of lead to a length of spring steel. The flat sap has that very much a flat look to it. These saps are more preferred to be carried and have been carried by the police, which I'll show you in the catalogues, as they're quite slim and they slip into pockets really, really comfortably. The second type of sap is filled with lead shot balls. As you can see, it's a lot wider. That is down to the fact that they're lead balls as opposed to a solid lump of lead. Right, so the first catalogue I'm going to show you today is the Stoger catalogue. This company was from New York in the US, and they made products for the police. As you'll be able to see by the catalogue, they have a number of different jacks, in here referred to as billy clubs. They have a number of flat saps and they have a number of soft saps. The next catalogue I'm going to show you is the Bookheimer catalogue. As you can see, police equipment. They made holsters, billies and saps. And if we skip through, is the flat saps, police billies, sold with the understanding that they are for resale to authorized persons to be used for duty or self-defense. Therefore, they were not sold as offensive weapons. Another catalogue that you will see these appear in later, as you can see by this one, 1981, is in the Parallax catalogue. It came originally, I believe, with this, the big one, and there was a smaller version. Turning to that page, you can see that they're very similar, even the same names, as the ones made by Bookheimer. So the weight is traditionally in ounces, which is what I quoted in. Length are traditionally in inches. However, in the Parallax Corporation catalogue, these are sold as military surplus police equipment, but they're not exclusively sold to authorized policemen. So when we start to get to the early 80s, the saps and blackjacks are starting to be sold to anyone who has the money and the interest to buy them. Put in the catalogues aside now, I will show you how these were applied. Now this is a good book to show that. Fundamentals of Modern Police Impact Weapons. The baton, nightstick or sap is in a different class. It needs both training and practice to be used effectively for maximum protection for the officer with minimal injury to the non-deadly offender he uses it against. It even points out in here that these are non-offensive weapons. Here, saps. Many officers prefer the sap because it remains rigid when striking edge on and translates impact more effectively. But they are popular among police and will remain so for three reasons. They're extremely compact, they hit hard, and they require no training for their crude use. So that is the preference of the flat sap over the blackjack. Nevertheless, the jack has two distinct advantages over the flat sap, so long as it is of the coil spring type. First is the rebound effect, which reduces likelihood of serious injury yet magnifies the sensation of stunning impact to the individual the officer must subdue. Second, that whip effect allows the officer with a spring-loaded jack to extricate himself from a situation where a physically more powerful individual has the officer by the wrist. Although his arm may be immobile, the officer can still flick his fingers and thumb forward. And if he is holding a spring-loaded jack, this will be enough to send the weighted head crashing down on the offender's wrist. 1, 2, or 3 of these blows will loosen the strong man's grasp sufficiently for the officers to break free and swing his jack more tellingly. I hope that's given you a little bit more of a brief understanding. You may have a few more questions. Quite happy for you to put those in the comments below.